descend and maintain 2074.
Who am I?
Comet 504, descend and maintain 3000. 3000, Comet 504.
And for Captain 724, is our traffic about our...
In my 20s, I dream of flying a plane. Due to having glasses, I thought it's not possible. In mid-2016, I started to have foggy vision. After I checked out, the doctor said I have cataract in both my eyes. Wow! I really never expect this. I felt like taking a trip to the moon, jumping up and down. I'm filled with excitement. But the unexpected turns out into my reality. The cold, hard truth. I need to step into divorce. My mom said her final goodbye, and my family broke apart. I stepped into a solitude journey. This is the best journey I ever experienced. It was super challenging. My achievement, the award-winning author, from housewife to pilot, the beginning.
Comet 504, descend and maintain 3000. 3000, Comet 504.
I'm Keiko. I'm here holding your hands, guiding you every steps to discover your potential, harness that energy, bring it to your reality, and make your dreams come true.
Comet 504, we need speed of 170 per tower space. You get following Boeing 727, 1 o'clock, 6 miles right base, descending on 3500.
Welcome to Tuesday with Keiko. Today, my guest speaker is Lindsay Kleeman. Lindsay Kleeman is a coach passionate about empowering middle-aged women to build thriving online businesses. With a rich background in digital marketing, mindset coaching, and health and wellness, Lindsay blends her expertise to help women gain the confidence, clarity, and motivation needed to take decisive action and generate income online. Drawing from her own personal journey, she understands the unique challenges women face at this stage of life and tailors her approach to create lasting, meaningful results. Through personalized coaching and actionable strategies, Lindsay guides women in unlocking their full potential and transforming their passions into profitable ventures. Welcome, Lindsay.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I am doing really well. I'm here in Los Angeles and it is winter for us here.
Yeah, that's right. Over here in the Netherlands, also winter. And Lindsay, share with the audience a little bit about yourself.
So I have a coaching practice where I cater to supporting middle-aged women, typically 40 and up, to start online businesses. Typically in the digital marketing space through social media.
That's so nice. As a digital marketing, there are so many things that we need to learn, right?
Yes. I have had my own businesses my entire life. I've always been an entrepreneur in one way or another. And it wasn't until recent years that I finally learned that we are in an age where if we don't learn the skills of digital marketing or social media marketing, we are basically throwing money down the drain. We could have the best business ideas in the world, but if we're not learning the skills to reach an audience of the kind of people that we want to be selling to, we're losing a lot of money. And the exciting thing is it's not that hard to do. It's just that we were not, as middle-aged women now, we don't come from a generation where we were brought up with social media. So of course, many people still have gotten very good at it, but there are many people my age I find that don't know how to do business on social media. And it makes me happy to help people because I know I wish I had had a mentor or coach or support years ago showing me step by step how to do this and the right way to do it.
That is so true. And how you cope with the journey of transformation in your life, especially what you're doing as a coach?
Yeah. So there's different kinds of transformation. There's personal transformation, there's professional transformation. I think both of them have this interconnection of doing personal work that is more internal, and as well as action-based work that is putting ourselves out there. And both have their advantages and benefits and rewards and challenges, but I think both are very, very necessary. And for someone who is more introverted like me, the action-based work and putting myself out there is a lot more challenging. So that's an
100%.
edge for me, but everyone is a little different with what transformation means to them and affects them differently.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you. And how you step into a breakthrough?
How do I step into a breakthrough? So a breakthrough to me sounds like this big step. But what I've discovered in my own life and what I've also been coached to understand is breakthroughs are a result of a lot of small, little consistent steps every single day. And I've been implementing that and experimenting with that in my own life. And so I have a few non-negotiables in my own life that support me in reaching my goals. But when I do them every day, they don't feel like these big breakthroughs. But over time, I see that it's creating the confidence and strength within myself that is leading me to the quote unquote big breakthroughs.
Yeah, like the book from James Clear, Atomic Habit. You just need to adjust 1 degree a day.
Exactly. And even doing, like I just started doing recently a weight training class. And I'm going to these classes at 6:30 in the morning, which is early for me, especially in the winter, to be waking up in the dark and driving. But when I get there, I feel so good. And when I finish the class, I feel so good. And it's these little things that are making me stronger, not just physically, but also mentally, that I think do prepare us for greater success.
Yeah, all these small steps really bring us forward and give us that confidence that we need for bigger steps.
Yeah. And I will also say another thing that really helps me with breakthroughs is I have a mentor that I work with, and she helps to normalize the breakthrough rather than making it feel like this big, scary, monumental, overwhelming thing. And so I think it's always important to have someone that you can speak to that has experienced that one step ahead of you in your path that you're on.
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah, sometimes we really need to invest in mentors or invest in courses. And there's so much to learn.
And it's so inspiring. It makes us feel so much better when we actually are learning from people who've done it before us, because it helps us recognize how doable it is.
Yes, that's 100%. And how you gain clarity of what you love doing?
That's an interesting question. And I think I don't think there's a black and white answer to it, because prior to this business, I used to have a jewelry business. I was a jewelry designer, And I had a jewelry business for about 10 years.
I see.
And the last few years of that business, I knew there was something else I wanted to be doing, but I didn't know what it was. And it wasn't until I started seeing other people doing what I wanted to be doing that it lit up a light bulb in my brain that said, oh my God, this is so interesting. This is what I just noticed this big light bulb went on of being attracted to this path, this journey, wanting to help people, wanting to coach people. I do have a background in coaching, but I haven't used it in so many years due to having another business. So I felt like there was some divine guidance happening that led me to this. I didn't seek it out intentionally, but I was very open for a while to something new. I knew there was something more meaningful I wanted to be doing with working with people.
When was that? When did it happen?
It happened about 1.5 years ago.
I see.
And it's been a slow journey. I thought it would be very
Yes.
quick because the clarity was very clear, but it's taken me a while to learn how to put myself out there in this way.
Yeah, putting ourselves out there, it can be a challenge to many people. Because even for me, myself, it takes a couple of years.
Yeah.
I remember the first 90-day challenge in Impact Theory University. That was 2023, January. And when the task that given to us was record a short video of yourself, it took me 100 takes, about 100 takes. That was, at that moment in time, I felt so challenging to record one simple video. And it's just a few sentences.
What I recommend people to do, because I think it's very common what you're sharing.
Yeah.
I recommend people just take little video clips of their lives throughout the day, not to post, but to just get comfortable spontaneously talking into a camera and being your authentic self. And I found that helps.
Yes, that really helps. Yes. I shall start doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun actually, because you're doing it and you're extra authentic because you know you're not going to be posting it anywhere, but it kind of builds that, it strengthens that muscle of learning how to use your voice and be and speak your truth.
Yeah, and
Which
end of
is
the
really
day,
what we want to be doing.
yes, and end of the day, I can actually make use of that video to post on my social media.
Yeah.
And another thing, how to edit, for example, Instagram.
How to edit in social media.
Yeah.
So if you're making a video,
Yes.
okay, so you go into Instagram and you go into your personal page. I'll do it as we're talking.
Uh-huh.
You go into your personal profile page, and then you click on the plus button in the top right corner. And then you're going to click on Reel, which is the first thing it says. And then you upload a video. And when you upload a video, you just click on a video from your photos. And then in the bottom left, there's the option to edit video. So you just simply click on edit video. And from there, you can make the video as long or as short as you want. You can add sound, you can add text, you can do everything in this app. There is another app I like called, what's it called?
I know there's one, CapCut.
CapCut, yes, that's the one I was thinking of. But honestly, you can do everything in the app. You really can.
That's amazing.
And it's great.
With all these apps,
It's so user friendly, but the truth is we need support to do it, especially, I like my niche is connecting with middle-aged women because a lot of us have either raised children and families, or are coming from other businesses that did not involve or require us to master social media. And so I like working with women, because middle-aged women, because people don't realize that it's actually a lot easier than you think. And women are very creative, innovative, intelligent people, especially if you're coming from, you've already lived 40 plus years of your life. So what I find is we're quicker learners and innovators and creatives than we realize in this space.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, because women's responsibility at home is like have to look after the kids' education when they come back from school, have to go through the studies with them, and have to cook for them, have to do the housework, and on top of that, a lot of women nowadays they have their own business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really as a woman, it really, I guess I can say we women are much more flexible.
Yeah. So it's funny, because what I found for myself and
Mhm.
with other people that I coach is, it's not, people are not successful with this because it's so hard. People aren't successful because they're not consistent. And it sounds so easy to be consistent, but that's the hard part. And the consistency isn't that it's hard, it's that that's more mindset work of believing in yourself, of showing up for yourself, of doing the same thing every day, even if you're not getting results at the very beginning. And so that's the secret to success.
Totally agree with you. Because I started my podcast in August. I don't see a huge number of followers or subscribers, but I just love what I'm doing. Interviewing different guest speaker, I learned so much from each guest speakers, and their story is like mind blowing.
That's beautiful.
And
That's amazing. And that means you're on the right path. Here's the
yes,
thing, we could be on the right path, but if we're not putting ourselves out there on social media to attract our audience, other people aren't going to see it. So that's what I love helping people with.
that's amazing. And what is the takeaway for our viewers?
The takeaway is it's not as hard as most people think,
Mm-hmm.
but it is worth getting the support and getting role models or mentors, or a coach that you are that has walked the path before you to show you the way, because that was what moved the needle for me, and that's what changed
Mm-hmm.
my life and allowed me to shift out of one business into another. And it was the best decision I ever made.
I totally agree with you. Mentor is really important. And don't worry about the money. Investing in yourself, go out there and get a mentor. That is really very important, because we ourselves, we won't see our own mistakes.
Yes.
And mentor will point out our mistakes, where the mistakes lies.
And a mentor will encourage you to show up for yourself in a way that you might not on your own.
True.
And that's what was really helpful for me. And the other thing about coaching is that some coaches are obviously extremely expensive, but there is a huge spectrum of coaches that offer all kinds of prices. And because I'm just starting out in my first couple of years, I do offer specials to women who just are starting out. So I'm happy to make it more affordable, because I knew that was what I needed most when I first started. I didn't want to invest a huge ton of money into something that was brand new for me. And so I found a coach that had walked the path before me, but she wasn't this like exorbitant fee. And it was amazing.
Yeah, that's really amazing. And thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you would like to add or any message you want to leave our audience with?
I would leave the audience with just this reminder that we can make middle-aged, later-aged life chapters incredibly amazing and inspiring, and have the financial freedom and location freedom we want in a way we were never able to before due to social media. And it's a pretty incredible thing to take advantage of. And it's changed my life. So I love sharing it with others.
Yeah, that is really a beautiful message. I totally agree with that. And we appreciate your time and expertise. Where can our audience find you?
Well, I just started a new Instagram page, so there's not much on there at this time, but it's called @the_Lindsay_Kleeman. That's my Instagram page, and that is the best place to message me. I do have an email that I can share with you as well, but Instagram is the best place to chat with me directly.
Fantastic. Yeah. And we'll be sure to include those links in the YouTube description box. And thank you once again for being with us today. It's been a pleasure. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this interview, please subscribe and leave us a review or share it with others who might find it interesting. Until next time, goodbye.